We should be live. Hello, hello, hello. Today, my friends, today, Call of Duty 2020 is going to be announced and revealed. Okay, I'm not going to go that far, but it's going to be announced to some capacity to the world, or at least it should be. Regardless, today we should be getting good or bad information about COD 2020. That is the point of this live stream. We are restreaming what is going to be going down the Activision Investors Call. I just woke up about 5 minutes ago, if you can't tell. But we're going to be listening to that call, and we're going to be finding out what they have new for us for Call of Duty 2020. Meaning that we're probably going to get a subtle hint onto what the game exactly is. Not 100%. But we definitely will get information on whether or not the game's coming out this year or not. Yo, Hank, what's up, King Gavs? What's up, Andy? What's up, Nathan? How you guys doing? What's up, Jaden? Meatballs, what's up, guys? Alright, so today, guys, like I said, we're going to be going over the ATVI Investors Call. Let me get the chat up here. Yo, what's up, Ion? How you doing? We got the Twitch chat in here. We got the Twitch chat in here. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. How you guys doing? Do you like meatballs? I love meatballs. Live on Twitch? No. No, I am not live on Twitch. I am not live on Twitch. Definitely not. What do we do, guys? Black Ops 3? Black Ops 4? Let's go Modern Warfare. Fuck it. Oh, I lied. Disc is not in. Wait, wasn't there an update? Don't I have to update this? No, I don't. Okay. What are we jumping into? Let's just jump into, for the sake of this, let's jump into Black Ops 4. 3 isn't a question. I mean, I know, right, Hank? I know. How you guys doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing good. Just sit back. The Activision Investors Call is at, like I said, or I don't think I said it yet, actually. It's at 4:30 p.m. EST. And, what's it called? We are going to be listening to that call. Do you always stream on Twitch for the day streams? No, King. I'm only doing that for this. And then if I happen to get partnered on Twitch, that would be phenomenal, and then we can switch on over to Twitch fully for both. But again, yeah, as of now, probably Twitch regardless, but I don't. We'll see. I really don't know. That's why that was kind of like, well, discombobulated. But yeah, we still have 15 minutes until the investors call, which really I don't need to open anything up. I mean. Here, I mean, I guess I'll load into. I haven't played a game of this multiplayer in so long, though. That's the thing. Like, I'm not. I'm gonna play a game of zombies. Like, know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess we can. Do we play a quick game of like a starting room and zombies? Is that what we do right now? Rip off meatball. Hold on. Let me also just see. Oh, how you doing? Let me just see very quickly if I come on over to the PC and I activate the Predator monitor. Okay, it does work, which is perfect. Okay. Well, where did my chat go? How you guys doing? No rip-off meatballs. Alright, let's just jump into a game of, like, I don't know. Nah, screw that. We'll jump into a good game. Knife only, blood of the dead. We'll load up the superior game. We'll load up the superior game. I think that's the move. Activision Blizzard. What the fuck? Wait, did it start? Knife only giant run. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. You know, the recorded version may be going up. Wait, Activision conference call, yeah. Wait, then around, yeah, it's at 4:30 p.m. EST. Okay. I got scared for a second. I was like, what? Oh yeah, Andy, I'm well aware Twitch is better. That's why I always tell you guys, go to Twitch for everything, but as of now, we're streaming on YouTube, yes. And then Andy says, do you have any tips for high rounds, revelations. Apothecary Servant Thundergun will not fail you whatsoever. I can promise you that. It will not fail you whatsoever. It will not fail you whatsoever. It will not fail you whatsoever. By the way, make sure if any of you guys are watching the stream and you have not done so already, make sure you smash that like button. As well as make sure you have notifications turned on, because I doubt there's going to be anybody brand new in here. But if there is, I mean, hey, you already know. We are an elite Call of Duty Zombie channel. You're streaming on Twitch tonight? Yes, of course. Every single day, as you know, we stream on Twitch. Thanks, Nathan. Do you like the 4v4 grief mode from BO2? And what game? I haven't played it. Oh, I think you're talking about the... If you're just talking about grief in general, I still haven't played it, unfortunately. Alright. So, the call is going to be beginning in about 15 minutes from now. Let's just take a quick look, I guess, at Newton's Cookbook, see what we have going on here. Nope, there's a trash challenge. Hopefully, we get a liquid divinium. L. Do we spend our diviniums? Do we spend our diviniums or nah? Do we spend our diviniums or nah? Activision beat their expectations by 100%. It's actually wild. Let's put some money into some Activision. How? Oh, your meatballs, my friend. Yeah, only 3? Yeah. What's it called? Where's ATVI? ATVI. Ah, what you doing, Mr. Activision? Whoa! Wow. Let's just buy in that. Let's go 151. Boom, boom. Let's do it, my friends. The most elite community on the YouTubes. No, on the Twitches. On the Twitches. Guys, I woke up like literally 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago. Again, make sure everybody is smashing that like button. We got 11 likes on the stream. Thank you so much. As you're coming in here, greatly appreciate it. All right, let's spend a lick with the Vins. How you doing, Mr. Lick with the Vin? So, I missed out on killing time. It's not even good, but there's a deal for it for Perka, so I don't care. Or so I do care. I was gonna say I don't care because it's good, but you know, there's a Perka deal for it. All right, let's go. Last two. Do we go 1-1 or 2-2? What do we do? The investors call is about to begin in like. Yeah, 10 more minutes, so we still have a little bit of time. I guess we'll jump into a game on the Giant. But not right this second. Finals week, I'm so done with homework. I feel ya, Ion. I feel ya. Trust me. Wait, I think I had a class today that I didn't go to. I woke up at like 4:30. Not 4:30. It had to be 3:30, 3:45. And Newton's Cookbook is broken. W's? Alright, let's jump into a game of the Giant. Let's go SOE Spawn Room. For these remaining 10 minutes. Let me just make sure. Let me refresh here. Let me make sure that everything is still... Are we live? We are not yet live. Nope, we're not live. Okay. Hey, you! You don't see anything. There's nothing on your screen. This is not Peggy 18. You don't see anything. Nope. Absolutely not. I'm curious because we're getting information about ATVI, but we're not getting the fuck. Why does it say 4:30 but Charlie Intel has info? Does it go live earlier? Is that what it is? Is it like 4 o'clock for everybody else and it just gets uploaded at that time? But they take questions. I don't know. Starting room only. Shadows of Evil for the remaining 10 minutes that we have. Stream's not lagging, guys, is it? Am I lagging? Are we good?
Hey, Don't make me hit you.
I think we're good.
Whoever told you you could fight? I'm still on my feet.
They are coming. They have already corrupted this world with their twisted malfeasance. You are chosen. You are marked. You are cursed.
I don't think this is a dream.
L. Thank you, Moxie. Sorry, I didn't realize it. But yeah, we're just waiting on the investors call now. We have less than 10 minutes now. Apparently, there's some information now that Warzone has over 60 million players, which is actually insane. Move, you fuck. No mic? No, we're good now. We're good now. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was just trying to listen back to the stream, watch the stream back because it looks like there was something wrong. But we're all good now. We're all good. You know, my fingers are so like dry. Quarantine got you washing your hands like 80 times a day. By the way, quick reminder for those of you watching the stream right now, whether it's a video, whether it's in video form or whether it's during the investors call. I don't know, yeah, or whether it's live. Listen, I woke up again. I did not wake up too long ago. My brain is still waking up as well. What I'm trying to say is make sure you smash that follow over on Twitch. Completely free to do. We stream on Twitch every single day at approximately 9:15 p.m. EST. We have a shit ton of fun. It's almost always the Call of Duty Zombies. We have King Gav saying, what is the best map? And I'm dead. What is the best map to play solo on Black Ops 3? It depends what you're asking, right? If you're just saying casual play, I mean, that's still going to either be Rev or DE. If you're saying high rounds, Rev or DE. If you're saying Easter eggs, probably DE. Because you have a really good wonder weapon, but you also have an Easter egg that's pretty simple to flow through, to get done. T-minus 5 minutes, my friends. 5 minutes, 30 seconds about until that investors call is up. I cannot wait. DE is just a godly map? Hell yeah, dude. DE is amazing. I love Horizon Direct's my favorite map all the time. A lot of people ask me, Joe, what's your favorite map? And I literally tell them it's friggin' DE because I personally believe Origins is the best map. I've never done this thing before that people do. They come up here and they jump across. I can never fucking do it. I can never do it. But Origins is the map that I think is the best. And because DE is like a quick... why can't I do it? And because DE is like a quick Origins, that's why I like it better. Or that's why it's my favorite, I should say. T-minus, and I'm dead. Am I dead? Am I dead? I'm not dead. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. Elite plays only. Headshots only. Headshots only. Kino, okay. Elite, elite, elite. Trust me, Gavs, I love town so much. I love town, dude. I love town. My hope is that when we get the new maps, whatever game they may come in, that they actually do that town comes along with them, because I need my town. I can just imagine a remastered. Oh, it's already beautiful in Black Ops 3 Custom Zombies. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I could only imagine. What do we got? Oh, I think we're live. I think we're live.
Hi, I'm Tito Beverage, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka.
Why am I getting a Tito's Handmade Vodka ad?
Check and built the very first micro.
Okay, they're about to begin. I don't think I can play that tune on YouTube. Copyright. Copyright. Okay, it is not started yet. I will let you guys know when it starts. You will also be able to hear it, and we're going to listen to it together. The question is, do we play zombies at the same time, or do we watch it? Do we play zombies at the same time, or do we watch it? What do you guys think? Ow.
So you got the first hit.
Watch it? Okay, I'm not even sure if I can. If you can watch that shit on stream. I think you can. I'm almost positive you can. But that's my only issue with doing that, but it'll probably be good. By the way, it's just going to be like a PowerPoint presentation. So if you guys want to feel like you're having an extra day at school, then that's pretty much going to be what we're watching. Except it's going to actually be something we're interested in. But we'll watch it if you guys want. If I can. I believe I should be able to. Yeah, I think revelations or reactions are definitely allowed. I believe so. I would assume so. It wouldn't make sense if they're not. And it is public information. It's not like it's private information either, you know. Yo, Zombie Slasher. What's up, man? How you doing? How are your meatballs, my friend? Hopefully you're doing good. We got the buggy rounds. No, it's actually nuts that people made it past round 10 in SOE. No, that's not really nuts. I think I've done that before. I think I made it to 13. But people have made it to like friggin' 30 something in SOE starting room, which is nuts. It's just crazy. It's I can't comprehend that. I can't comprehend that. Pretty sure 13 I got to. And that's like, that's probably cap for me. It's probably cap. Call of Duty 2020. Okay, so for those of you guys just tuning in now, what we're expecting from this live stream. What we're expecting from this live stream is either, well, probably a few things, right? So one is going to most likely be the confirmation of who exactly is making this game, which they should announce Treyarch, even though there was a leak, I believe it was by DK and the Gaming Revolution. Not exactly sure who got the information, but shout out to them because they're pretty friggin' elite. But there was a leak that said that Sledgehammer could be the vocal lead, or kind of like the public lead, just because they don't want to put it on Treyarch if the game's not so great. But behind the scenes, Treyarch is the lead of the game, so they should announce the lead regardless. They should announce the fact that there's a Call of Duty coming out this year. They should confirm that officially. Because of the ongoing situation, we weren't exactly sure, so we should get our official confirmation today, and we'll see you tomorrow night on Fox.
They caught me off guard.
Elite plays only. Elite plays only. We got a Margwa. We got a Margwa. And guess what? It's not a starting room challenge anymore, my friends. It's no longer a starting room challenge. You're a big piece of garbage. Die. Oh, is that a bootlegger? Hell yeah. Ow. No, what are you doing? What are you doing, Mr. Zombie? Thanks, Zombie Slasher. Nathan says his meatballs are very good. Die! Jeez, dude. Okay. Wow, Advanced Warfare 2 announced. Are you guys ready? We're about to click on over. The stream is about... Ow. It's about to officially... It's about to get going. Are we ready to switch on over? Tony, what's up, Francesco? How are you doing? Get over here, you big bitch. Get smoked. Ah! We're good, we're good, we're good. Elite plays only, Elite plays only. Give me that Margot Heart. That's it, I'm literally quitting this game right now because the investors call is about to begin. Let's do it, my friends. Who is ready? My class is done. Almost figured I'd hop on for a bit. Francesco, I'm actually hopping off right now because we're going to be getting our first information about COD 2020. And because of that, I unfortunately cannot stay on. But I am very much with it to play later.
Welcome to the ACTIVISION Blizzard first quarter.
We are ready, my friends. Let's do it.
All participants will be in a listen-only mode. Should you need assistance, please signal a conference specialist by pressing the star key, followed by 0.
Let's do it, my
After
friends.
today's presentation, there will be an opportunity to ask questions. To ask a question, you may press star and then 1. To withdraw your questions, you may press star and 2. Please also note today's event is being recorded. At this time, I'd like to turn the conference call over to Chris Hickey, Senior Vice President of Investor Relations.
Again, make sure you guys smash that friggin' follow button right now, guys. Smash, not that follow button, the like button right now. If you're excited for COD 2020.
With us are Bobby Kotick, CEO.
Are we all good?
Legre,
Volumes are good?
COO, and Dennis Durkin, Company CFO and President of Emerging Businesses. And for Q&A, Rob Kostic, President of Activision, J. Allen Brack, President of Blizzard, and Humam Saknini, President of King, will also join us. I would like to remind everyone that during this call, we will be making statements that are not historical facts. The forward-looking statements in this presentation are based
That are
on
not
information
historical
available to
facts.
the company as of the date of this presentation, and while we believe them to be true, they ultimately may prove to be incorrect. A number of factors could cause the company's actual future results and other future circumstances to differ materially from those expressed in any forward-looking statements. These include the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the risk factors.
I don't think that's able to be said on YouTube, Els.
Including our 2019 annual report on Form 10-K.
So this is irrelevant, guys. I'll try to keep you guys up to date on kind of what's going on. What most of you guys are here for is not for Activision's actual earnings and that stuff. You're here for the COD 2020 info, the future. I just want you to know that 95% of this is going to be a lot of, for you, BS. Obviously, it's all useful information if you're going to be an Activision investor, if you're interested in investing in Activision. But for the most part, this right here is just on the monetary side.
Expenses related to debt financings and refinancings, restructuring and related charges, the associated tax benefits of these excluded items, and significant
blah blah
tax-related
blah blah
items,
blah.
amounts
I'm
related
a
to
big
tax
kid
laws,
now.
amounts related to the
If you guys are in
potential
chat
or
and you're
final
not typing,
resolution of tax
type in
positions,
chat.
and other
I will
unusual
say
or unique
hello.
tax-related
How are
items.
your meatballs?
These
I
non-GAAP
also have
measures
my
are
window
not
open,
intended
should probably
to be
shut
considered
that.
in isolation from, as a substitute for, or superior to our GAAP results.
Hold on, I'll be
We
right
encourage
back.
investors to consider all measures before making an investment decision. Please refer to our earnings release, which is posted on www.activisionblizzard.com for a full GAAP to non-GAAP reconciliation and further explanation with respect to our non-GAAP measures. There's also an earnings presentation which you can access with the webcast and which will be posted to the website following the call. And now, I'd like to introduce our CEO, Bobby Kotick.
Let's do it!
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for joining
Meatballs
us
are
today.
juicy, hell yeah!
Let me first convey our sympathies to those who have suffered during this difficult time. While very few of our own team members have contracted COVID-19,
oh, stop saying it!
This
This is getting taken off of YouTube. It's not gonna
Our
last.
thoughts and prayers are with them and everyone else affected by the pandemic. Quite honestly, I've been awestruck during the last 2 months by the strength of our employees and their families managing through unprecedented challenges from
Who's
healthcare
calling me,
to
dude?
childcare.
You follow me on
Our
Twitch?
teams
Awesome,
around
awesome.
the
What's up,
world
Lil
have shown
Pump?
Ingenuity and incredible
What's up, Lil
resilience.
Pump?
And even faced with so many difficulties,
Hello.
our employees still ensured that the joy, the social connection, and the unexpected benefits of gaming as a way to keep our 400 million players around the world connected and engaged and safely at home has continued without interruption. Our employees and their families have shown incredible empathy for those affected by the pandemic in their communities and across the world. They've organized meal deliveries, care for the elderly, even the use of their own 3D printers to create high-quality facial protection for their colleagues. Our teams have shown unwavering support for the first responders, nurses, doctors, and medical professionals working tirelessly in unimaginable conditions.
Fucking people gotta call me at all times of the day. I don't get it. Do you
support programs to provide healthcare professionals with a variety of resources, including faster, more effective testing, and the use of tools like convalescent blood.
It just drives me fucking insane when you try to sit down and do something, whether it's homework or a video or stream, and you start getting phone calls up the ass. It drives me nuts.
Through our team's dedication and incredibly hard work under very difficult
It drives me insane.
we delivered results significantly above our outlook for the first quarter, and this momentum will likely continue for the second quarter.
Okay.
I've
Could you guys hear good?
Almost 100 earnings calls, and none was under a backdrop of so much uncertainty for the future. Our mission to protect and engage the world through epic entertainment has never been more meaningful than it is today. At a time when so many forms of social interactions and entertainment experiences have been shut down, we're providing entertainment with positive impact for hundreds of millions of people through our games. Our content,
Wonder why second try is pretty
members
elite.
of our communities around the world is critically important.
Are we all good? Could you hear?
Commercial teams quickly adapted to this new work environment, and as of now, we're on track to deliver compelling new content, including the World of Warcraft Shadowlands expansion and the next premium Call of Duty release, both of which are planned for the second half of the year. Our esports organization is
Okay, I was gonna say. I thought they said second quarter. Okay, so it's confirmed.
Esports for both the Call of Duty
As of now,
and the Overwatch League.
COD 2020 is still planned for 2020.
Team owners
It's
and
still
our
planned for 2020. Confirmed.
In the face
It has
of
been
unprecedented
confirmed.
circumstances, our extraordinary team
It still doesn't mean it's 100%.
Strong first quarter financial results.
But it is planned
We significantly exceeded our
for
outlook
2020. It has not yet been
share.
postponed to
We reached new
2021.
highs for
Let's
first
go.
quarter net bookings
Let's
across
go.
Mobile, console, and PC. And we exited the quarter with accelerating engagement and momentum across the business as people around the world turn to our content for entertainment and connection. Performance in the quarter was led by Call of Duty, which is achieving tremendous scale and momentum across platforms, geographies, and business models. Following industry-leading launches for Call of Duty Mobile and Modern Warfare in the fourth quarter of 2019, the franchise raised the bar even higher with the launch of Warzone in March. With a free-to-play business model and cross-platform play, Warzone expanded Modern Warfare's reach, engagement, and player investment. Warzone to date has brought in over 60 million players since its launch.
Okay.
The exceptional results for Call of Duty reflect our team's remarkable execution as they innovate and take on new commercial challenges to grow and better serve our community. Their success demonstrates that free-to-play experiences across mobile, console, and PC not only extend the reach of a franchise, but can also lead to strong in-game monetization and sales of premium content. Call of Duty's success highlights the great potential across our portfolio as we continue to focus on extending our fully owned intellectual property to new platforms, new geographies, and new business models.
Okay.
Blizzard also recorded strong growth in the first quarter, led by World of Warcraft. After doubling in the second half of 2019, the WoW active community grew further in Q1. Blizzard is seeing strong increases in engagement across our franchises as people around the world stay home, adding to business momentum as our game teams execute against the strongest pipeline of content in Blizzard's history. At King, Candy Crush was again the top grossing game franchise across U.S. app stores, with engagement increasing sharply towards the end of the quarter. To enable our community to play even more as a part of the stay-at-home
Yo, what's up, Rift?
in late March, King offered unlimited free lives across many of their titles, resulting in the number of game rounds played in a single
Is that
day,
better, guys?
shattering all prior records.
Is that better?
Momentum continued to increase in April with strong year-over-year growth in reach, engagement, and player investment. As we build on our strong first quarter results and our continuing momentum, I'm excited to introduce our new President and Chief Operating Officer, Daniel Allegre.
Hey, how you
From his
doing?
long tenure at Google, Daniel brings deep experience building direct digital relationships with consumers, fostering strategic relationships with key industry partners, and driving rapid growth internationally and in early-stage businesses. His expertise and
Chips are
commitment
not
to
crisp.
excellence and execution will be his focus. I'd also like to thank Cody Johnson for his extraordinary contributions to the continued success of the company during his 12-year tenure and for being a truly, truly valued friend. Of course, our strong business performance
Nobody
wouldn't
cares.
be possible without the efforts of our dedicated, talented, and truly empathic teams around the world. We are so grateful for the work you're doing under extremely challenging circumstances. We're also appreciative of the continued support of our shareholders, partners, and players, and we wish you and your families health and safety through what remains a difficult time.
They have
And
not
now,
made this.
Daniel will review the highlights
Higher
of our
quality audio.
operations with you.
Thank you, Bobby.
Yo, Coleman,
glad
thanks for
to
the
be
time,
with
man.
you all
Appreciate
for
it.
my first earnings
Welcome
call.
to the Meatball Army, my friend.
And really proud to be part of a company so deeply connected to its mission during this really challenging time. I want to start by first expressing my deepest sympathies to all those affected by this health crisis.
Should have
and
popped up on
expressing
stream, my
thanks
bad.
on behalf of the entire company to all those on the front lines of the battle against the COVID pandemic. I would also like to thank our employees for their commitment to our players and to each other, particularly under such a unique and difficult environment we are currently living in. But before I discuss our recent operational highlights, I'd like to share with you my focus and priorities. They are simple: execution, execution, and execution. We have great franchises, and we will get back to what we are known for: superb execution. As Bobby said, the health and safety of our employees and their families remains our priority. I'd like to expand on the measures we are taking to keep our employees and their families safe and address our expectations for our development pipeline for the remainder of the year.
Okay.
All our offices had moved to work-from-home environments by mid-March, and we are
Okay.
fortunate to have had very few cases of COVID-19 across the company. Now, we are ensuring our employees and their family members are receiving the best possible care, and we're covering all costs of testing and treatment for affected employees and their families. We have increased access to telehealth resources and contracted private doctors and medical support in regions where employees live and work. We have had additional services to our already best-in-class health benefits and ensured that employees have access to the mental and physical well-being and support they need while at home.
Okay.
And we are continuing to find other ways to support our employees and their families, including services to help families balance work and home life. Now turning to development. The digital nature of our content means our creative talent can continue to work on our product pipeline from home. Although the shift to remote working does add complexity and challenges in some areas of the game development process, including creative collaboration, motion capture, voiceover work, localization, and quality assurance, we are implementing mitigation measures to address each of these areas. Importantly, based on the work to date, we still expect to deliver a robust slate of content over the remainder of the year.
Okay, good.
This includes the next premium release of Call of Duty, 2 titles based on library IP from Activision, the World of Warcraft Shadowlands expansion, regional testing for new mobile titles, and ongoing live operations across.
So they've confirmed it twice that they're still expecting to release a Call of Duty this year.
Our teams remain focused on executing
already
our
confirmed
4 strategic growth pillars, as Bobby
still not 100% set in stone.
First, delivering a strong,
they're still expecting it
of major new content releases. Second, driving live operations with ongoing in-game content, services, features, and events. Third, expanding King's industry-leading mobile success and extending our acclaimed console and PC franchises to mobile. And finally, building new engagement models around our franchises, including advertising, esports, and consumer products. Now, more than ever,
it's not delayed? Yes, that's exactly what I just said.
Looking for connection through Epic
it still may be delayed just a little bit, and it may just work out that it's not delayed until 2021. That's what I mean, though.
Now, turning to
they've
our
confirmed that
results,
officially now.
We significantly exceeded our outlook, driven
at this
primarily
point,
by
it's not delayed till 2021. At this point,
throughout the quarter, including a highly successful start.
I hope they give us some more information on They should. They usually take questions. People usually ask about it, so it should be good.
Momentum for World of Warcraft, and better than expected results for other key franchises in the second half of March, as populations sheltering at home in many of our key regions turn to our content for entertainment.
So the name hasn't been confirmed yet. We're just using that as a placeholder. It's not Black Ops 5 at this point in time. I have other videos on my channel explaining kind of like what the content of the game's going to be. Mostly the zombie side, but my most recent video about Vietnam zombies goes over campaign, which of course will bleed into multiplayer, and then I talk about how that could relate to zombies as well.
We made significant changes with the launch of Call of Duty Modern Warfare to enhance the player experience in the community and deepen engagement. We added cross-platform play, introduced a new in-game content system.
I love the game, yeah, man. Feel you for sure.
Closer together. Modern Warfare entered the year with strong momentum, achieving substantial year-over-year growth in engagement, premium game sales, and in-game net bookings in both January and February. And the launch of Warzone on console and PC really took the franchise to new heights. Warzone is a massive free-to-play experience where up to 150 players compete in a range of modes on a vast map, featuring cross-play and in-game system entirely integrated with a Modern Warfare Battle Pass. Warzone adds yet more compelling content for our Modern Warfare community and also enables an entirely new set of players around the world to experience Call of Duty for free. This has been incredible. Warzone has brought in more than 60 million players since the launch, including many on the PC platform and in countries beyond Call of Duty's traditional regions. We are seeing the free-to-play experience driving strong increase ever for a Call of Duty title outside of the launch quarter. Life to date, Modern Warfare has sold through more units and has more players than any prior Call of Duty title at this point after its release. Warzone also contributed to a further acceleration in Modern Warfare's in-game net bookings, which more than doubled year over year versus the prior game in Q1, even with the removal of the Season Pass. And this momentum has only strengthened. The third season of in-game content launched in April and is Call of Duty's best performing to date for both engagement and player investment.
Hell yeah.
With the new free-to-play experience contributing to a massively expanded audience, unprecedented momentum in premium game sales, and robust in-game growth, we expect Modern Warfare's net bookings this year to be the highest for a Call of Duty game in the year after launch.
Wow, that's
Looking
phenomenal.
ahead, the next premium release,
Oh.
Call of Duty, already looks great and remains on track for release later this year.
Yes!
On the mobile platform,
Again,
the Call of Duty
officially
mobile
confirmed.
team
Let's
continued
go.
to build on last October's
Fucking
breakout
perfect,
launch,
dude.
new
Let's
content,
go!
Features and events aimed at optimizing engagement, retention, and player investment. The team started to deliver an accelerated cadence of content in March, launching new seasonal events every 4 weeks, twice as frequently as previously. The combination of increasingly compelling content and events and stay-at-home dynamics drove the growth in reach and engagement in March, and player investment has followed, with April's Season 5 delivering the highest monthly in-game net bookings since Season 1. With deep engagement, substantial content in the pipeline, and opportunities to further refine the in-game system, we expect Call of Duty Mobile to be an increasing contributor over time. Q1 also saw the launch of the inaugural season of the Professional Call of Duty League. Originally planned in a local city-based homestand format, we quickly pivoted all matches to online play and remote production for the remainder of the regular season to keep our players and fans safe while still delivering premium esports content to a global audience. With the Call of Duty demonstrating the power of our franchise model across platforms, geographies, and business model, and premium content on track for the fall, we really couldn't be more excited about the growth trajectory for 2020 and beyond. Now turning to Blizzard. MAUs were 32 million in Q1, with each of Blizzard's key franchises experiencing a month-on-month increase in reach in March. World of Warcraft continued its strong momentum in the quarter as the team continued to deliver more content between expansions than ever before. Having doubled its active community in the second half of last year, the number of players on monthly or longer-term subscription plans increased further in Q1. Reach and engagement were particularly strong as regions introduced shelter-at-home measures
Awesome,
in the
Ion.
quarter, with momentum increasing further in April. The community continues to engage deeply in Classic, a recreation of our original WoW from 15 years ago, which has delivered substantial content drops in recent months and has much more to come later in the year. Reach
Sounds
and
like cool.
engagement
Wow.
also increased for Modern WoW,
Wow.
which again received a major content drop in Q1. And this increased activity drove accelerating pre-sales of Shadowlands, the next expansion for Modern WoW, which is slated for the second half of the year.
We're getting close to the end of the
Hearthstone
presentation.
continued to deliver improved engagement trends.
But they're
going to
ask questions like people ask questions. And that's where we can get some more information.
In November.
The
And
one
strong
thing
execution
that they
by
didn't do is confirm the developers yet on the new
Overwatch
Call of
also
Duty, and they
experienced
didn't
a meaningful
confirm any
increase in
details
engagement
about
in March.
what it's going to
Latest
revolve
seasonal
around.
event coincided with Stay Home.
Not that I'd expect that for
And
sure,
fans continue to engage with the franchise,
but
through
they've done that
Overwatch
in the
League,
past.
which successfully moved to online
so I'm
play
interested
and
to see if
remote
they still have more to say
production
about
during
Call of Duty.
And finally, Diablo Immortal is shaping up very well. We remain on track to begin regional testing for the game in the middle of the year. At King, MAUs were 273 million, increasing 10% from the fourth quarter. MAUs grew month-on-month in January and February, and then accelerated further in March as shelter-at-home conditions came into effect. King's key franchise, Candy Crush, grew MAUs year over year in each month of the quarter, with double-digit growth in March. And within the Candy franchise, the community
Is Candy
played more
Crush
rounds of
that
games
popular?
than any
Like, people
quarter
in my family
since
play it,
the
but like, holy
2015
fuck,
acquisition.
dude. They
Now,
bring
in terms
in
of
money
player
from
investment,
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush Saga remains the top grossing title across U.S. app stores.
That's
and
nuts.
the wider Candy franchise was once again number one. We previously discussed King's initiatives to bring back lapsed payers and attract new payers into the ecosystem, positioning the business for stronger growth over the medium and long term. And as expected, these initiatives dampened in-game net bookings again in Q1. But they contributed to ongoing improvement in payer trends in January and February, before payer numbers stepped up further in both March and April. And with strengthening engagement and payer trends, we've seen King's in-game net bookings grow by low double-digit percentage year over year in April. While we saw improving trends in King's in-game business, which represents the significant majority of the segment's net bookings, the
Give us
advertising
more!
slowed towards the end of the quarter. Advertising grew over 75%.
Let's go, guys. Yep, we're at 20 likes. Elite plays only, my friends. Elite plays only. So for those of you guys just joining, this is a load of bullshit what they're talking about right here. If you're interested in Call of Duty, that is at least. Basically, they officially confirmed that their next premium Call of Duty is still scheduled, is looking good, and is still scheduled to be releasing in 2020. Still scheduled. Stuff could change, but at this point in time, it's looking bright. Surprisingly, I'm very happy to hear that.
King's strong in-game trends and the current situation in the ad market is creating
very happy to hear that.
Business to cost-effectively bring players into the network, expanding its audience and further boosting its MAU trajectory. The same is true across our other business units. So in summary, we entered the year with strong momentum in some of our biggest franchises, which only increased.
This is where they should start taking questions.
Our employees are showing remarkable dedication as they take on the responsibility of delivering the highest quality content to our expanded communities. And I couldn't be more excited to be part of this great and dedicated global team. I am focused on executing on our priorities as we deliver against the substantial opportunity to extend our largest IP across new platforms, geographies, and business models, and work on the strongest pipeline in our company's history. I will now hand over the call to Dennis to discuss our Q1 financial results and outlook. Dennis?
Okay, maybe not yet. Maybe not yet.
Today, I will review our Q1 2020 results, as well as our outlook for 2020 and the second quarter. But before I start, I'd just like to echo Daniel and Bobby's sentiments about the unique environment we're in and share my sincerest sympathies to those who have been affected directly by it, as well as my thanks and gratitude to all our teams and employees who have so seamlessly transitioned into this new work environment we find ourselves in. Our digitally native business model, both on the production.
Let's go. Come on, give us some more Call of Duty info. I'm waiting for the questions because the questions are where we're going to get more info. Usually, because they went over all the info they seemed like they wanted to go over. So
players in this tough time very seriously. They really didn't miss a beat during all this transition. The strong results of those efforts in our Q1 results.
Activision stock has shot up.
Our first quarter revenue and earnings were well ahead of our prior outlook, primarily driven by our investment in creative and commercial initiatives for Call of Duty, delivering better than expected results throughout the quarter. In addition, World of Warcraft continued to over-deliver, and other key franchises and catalog sales also exceeded our outlook, benefiting from stronger demand towards the end of the quarter as consumers sheltered at home in many of our key regions.
Give us something new.
The quarter, I will start with our segment results. Activision revenue was $519 million, growing 64% year over year. Growth was driven by Call of Duty.
Again, this is just something we have to deal with.
In-game revenues, strong game sales of premium Modern Warfare, and the addition of Call of Duty Mobile. Operating income was $184 million, with an operating margin of 35%.
I don't see them just. You know what? No.
Blizzard revenue was $452 million, increasing 31% year over year, reflecting strong growth for World of Warcraft and the release of Warcraft 3 Reforged in the quarter.
Boom!
Operating income was $197 million. Blizzard's operating margin was 44%.
How are your meatballs miss that Activision, man?
King's revenue of $498 million.
Let's go. Give us more, my friends.
Year over year, driven primarily by King's actions to prioritize mobile payer engagement in the quarter. The ads business grew over 75% year over year. Operating income was $156 million, with an operating margin of 31%, lower than a year ago.
I got you guys with a great ass song.
Higher operating expenses
that I could play on stream.
Disciplined investments in expanding its player network. Across our segments, in-game net bookings.
I don't know what screen it's playing on. I have no clue.
$956 million.
But it's gonna play and it's gonna be very loud.
Unless otherwise indicated, I will be referencing non-GAAP figures. Please refer to our earnings release for full GAAP to non-GAAP reconciliations. For the quarter, we generated Q1 GAAP revenues of $1.79 billion, $148 million.
Where are we going, my friends? That is the question. Will we get the answer?
$266 million. Net bookings of $1.52 billion were $247 million above our February outlook. We incurred GAAP-only restructuring and related charges of $23 million, and we generated Q1 GAAP EPS of 65 cents and Q1 non-GAAP EPS of 76 cents, which was 10 cents above guidance. These figures include the net recognition of deferrals of 18 cents. In terms of cash flow, The increasingly digital, recurring, and cash-generative nature of our business remains one
This
of our
really is a
fundamental
business.
strengths.
Oh no, it is. This is
powers
literally
a
an
strong
investor's
balance
call.
sheet, which continues to be an important
Hey, look,
strategic
that's my
asset for the
birthday.
company, especially now. In Q1, we
This is
delivered
a
operating
straight
cash
up
flow of
investor's
$148
call.
million,
This is not meant to
lower
be an
year-over-year
informational
despite
call,
higher
but we
operating
can
income
take it as
due
one.
to cash payments for
We can
tax settlements
dissect
and
stuff
working
they
capital
say,
timing. Our cash
and
investments
be excited
in
about
March
some of the
were
stuff they say,
approximately $6 billion,
such
and we
as
ended the quarter with a net
the
cash
next
position
premium
of
Call of Duty is
approximately
on track,
$3.3
looking
billion.
good,
And as
coming in
previously
2020.
announced, this
As
week
of
we will
now,
pay an
obviously.
annual dividend of 41 cents per share, 11% higher year over year. Now let's turn to our outlook for Q2 and the full year. In Q2, Activision plans to deliver 2 seasons of in-game content for Modern Warfare.
Okay,
and
2
Warzone
more seasons
versus
MW
1
left.
season in the first
Wait.
quarter. Season 3 has already launched very successfully in April. Activision also released Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered on PC and Xbox One, following the PS4 release in late Q1. And they plan to continue delivering new features, events, and seasons for Call of Duty Mobile.
What's up,
In April,
Sibes?
Blizzard launched its latest Hearthstone expansion, Ashes of Outland. And
How
through
are
the
there
quarter
only-
will continue to support other key franchises.
How are there
with
only
in-game
2 more
content.
seasons for the rest of the year?
King will continue to deliver innovative features, events, and live ops across its portfolio. Turning to the second half of the year, our planned slate includes a new Call of Duty premium title, 2 releases based on our extensive library of IP from Activision, and Blizzard's Shadowlands expansion for World of Warcraft. We will also continue to deliver in-game experiences for our other key franchises across our portfolio.
Okay.
And we continue to expect to begin regional playtesting for Diablo Immortal and certain other mobile titles, although as discussed last quarter, we don't include any material revenue from these new mobile titles in our guidance. Before I discuss the specifics of our outlook, I'll provide some context. The full extent of the impact of the pandemic on our financial results will depend on numerous evolving factors that we are not able to fully predict at this time.
Okay.
While we have seen a positive impact on demand, there are also risks related to global economic weakness, rising unemployment, pressures on retail channel, pricing, and other factors where we have limited visibility currently. We have tried to be prudent in our guidance to account for these effects, and we believe there is a potential for overperformance if these risks do not materialize. Now, the addition of the Warzone free-to-play experience has further increased the reach, engagement, and player investment in Call of Duty, building on an existing strength for Modern Warfare and
Nice
creating a
background.
strong foundation for future financial performance. As discussed, we are also seeing increased demand for our other franchises as interest in gaming grows. The current environment creates the
up,
potential
Moxie?
for a structural opportunity to bring more players into our communities who we can then engage and retain for the long term.
Okay, yeah. To this point,
to accelerate the
they've just
continuing
confirmed that
shift
Call of
of digital
2020
sales
is
in our business.
still looking
We've attempted to
good,
be conservative in
Well,
our
they said it's
assumptions
looking
around
good,
the impact of these trends beyond
and
the
it's still
second
on
quarter.
track to be coming
But the
in
backdrop
2020.
does create greater potential for operating overperformance later this year.
And it's their next premium
Since we
card.
provided our initial guidance in February, the strengthening dollar has resulted in an additional FX headwind to full-year net bookings of
very
approximately
interested to
$100
see.
million. And the combination of FX and lower interest income from declining interest rates represent,
What else
in
they're gonna say?
aggregate,
Or what
approximately
questions are gonna be
8 cents of
asked?
headwind to our full-year GAAP and non-GAAP EPS.
Yo, you guys
versus our
are
prior
elite
outlook.
smashing the like button. Appreciate it, guys.
Overall, though, with strong momentum across the business, we are raising our outlook for net bookings, revenue, and EPS for the year. And in the case of EPS, we are raising by an amount greater than our first quarter overperformance, despite the FX and interest rate headwinds I just described. Now let me get into specifics.
Okay,
For Q2
good.
on a GAAP basis, we
Give
now
us-
expect revenues of $1.69 billion,
Wow.
including the net recognition of
Wow.
deferrals of $15 million.
Give us specifics, though.
We expect net bookings of $1.6
On
billion.
actual-
Product costs, game operations, and distribution expenses of 19%, and operating expenses, including software amortization, of 48%, and a GAAP-only restructuring charge of approximately $20 million. We expect a tax rate of 21%, GAAP and non-GAAP share count of 776 million, and EPS of 54 cents. For Q2 on a non-GAAP basis, we now expect product costs, game operations, and distribution expenses of 19%, and operating expenses, including software amortization, of 43%. We expect a tax rate of 19% and non-GAAP EPS of 64 cents, including net deferrals.
Give us more info.
On a GAAP basis for 2020, we now
Say
expect
it.
revenues of $6.8 billion, including net deferrals of $100 million. We now expect net bookings of $6.9 billion for the year. product costs, game operations, and distribution expenses of 19%, operating expenses including software amortization of 48%, and a GAAP-only restructuring charge of approximately $50 million. We now expect a GAAP tax rate of 20%, GAAP and non-GAAP share count of 778 million, and GAAP EPS of $2.22. For 2020 on a non-GAAP basis, we expect product costs, game operations, and distribution expenses of 20%, and operating expenses including software amortization of 42%. We expect a tax rate of 19% and non-GAAP EPS of $2.62, including the net recognition of deferrals of 2 cents.
Yo, what's
In
up, Site?
closing, our business has accelerating momentum from the dual tailwinds of strong execution in our largest franchises.
Quick
following
reminder,
last
get your
year's
coffee
investments
comes
in increased development capacity and expanded reach and engagement. as
Gentlemen,
people turn to our interactive content
.com/merch,
as
my
they shelter
friends.
at home. We are humbled
Get
that
your
so many
coffee
people are turning
cups
to our
today.
content for solace, joy, and connection in this challenging
Come on,
time.
give us
We
more
continue to
info.
stay focused on
I really
delivering
hope
the
they're taking
high-quality
questions. I
experience
believe they
that
are.
they have come to expect from us. Now, Bobby, Daniel, and our business leaders, Rob, Humam, and Jay, and I are happy to answer your questions.
Yes!
Operator?
Call of Duty.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this
Whoa,
time, we'll begin
it's
the
loud.
question and answer session.
Holy
To ask a
shit!
question, you may press star and then 1 using a touch-tone telephone. To withdraw your questions, you may press star and then 2. If you are using a speakerphone, we do ask that you please pick up the handset before pressing the numbers to ensure the best sound quality. Once again, that is star and then 1 to ask a question. And our first question today comes from Mario Lu from Barclays. Please go ahead with your question.
Great. Thanks for taking the question. Amazing quarter, and I hope everyone and their family is safe. So I know it's hard to parse out due to the increased engagement from COVID and social distancing, but can you provide any color in terms of how accretive Call of Duty Warzone has been to Modern Warfare unit sales? And what should we expect its success to have on the new Call of Duty 2020 premium title sales later this year? Thank you.
Yes, these are the questions we need to know.
Hey, Mario,
Get
this is Rob.
specific.
Thanks for the question.
Come on!
For your note up
We need
front.
more.
I think the short answer to the question is that Warzone has definitely been accretive to the franchise. And it's become, and it is, a really important part of the overall franchise ecosystem that we're creating. And I think it's worth just talking about that a bit. You know, since the last few calls, we've been discussing bringing our community together through a number of player-focused initiatives. And that started with cross-play, so all the friends can just get together no matter what platform you're on. It was about the free content to our community at the same time. And it was about kind of the new deterministic content system we put in the game. And of course, in the backdrop here, you have Modern Warfare, which has been just a fantastic game that gets better over time. And then what we really did is amplified all this with the launch of Warzone, you know, our massive scale battle royale experience. And when you look at Warzone, it was definitely built to provide endless fun on its own and to stand on its own as a great game. But Warzone and Modern Warfare are also obviously connected in many ways, including through, you know, shared progression systems, game systems, and content offerings. And what we're seeing right now in Warzone is a large number of players choosing to upgrade to the premium Modern Warfare game and experience everything that the Modern Warfare universe has to offer. And so far, you know, the number of upgrades to premium that we're seeing are definitely above our initial expectations, and that's really great to see. And also across, you know, this universe, the Modern Warfare universe, from an engagement perspective, we're also seeing franchise highs now in daily average unique players, peak concurrent players, and overall player investment has been indicated on the call so far. So regarding the future of Warzone, we know how much the community is loving it. We know how much they're enjoying the experience so far. So we're going to continue to invest in this significantly in terms of content, events, new modes, new ways to play, and really it's just a ton more in the future. And to follow up on the last part of your question, I think what I would say is, you know, yes, we believe it has the potential to positively impact future premium games as well. And so we're excited about that opportunity. And before I jump off, I would also just like to thank all our Activision publishing development teams and all our employees for keeping all of our critical projects on track. This shift to work from home has been a massive logistical exercise across the organization, and the teams have done just an outstanding job. And I just wanted to close this question by, you know, a big thank you to them. But again, Mario, thanks for the question. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Great.
Seriously.
Operator, can we have the next question, please?
Our next question comes from
COD.
Derek Johnson from
No one cares about World of
Capital Markets.
Warcraft.
Please go ahead with your question.
Thank
Fucking
you.
Capital
Good
Markets.
afternoon.
Who the fuck cares?
Do you guys think increased engagement with video games owing to the stay-at-home trend and COVID-19 will be sustainable? Do you see a swing perhaps back in the other direction once we return back to normal?
Hey, Garrick, it's Dennis. Thanks. That's obviously a super important question and really applicable. Clearly, it's obviously a scenario we'd all love to see, which is life returning back to normal as soon as possible. But the reality is that we really don't know what a new normal will look like once that comes to pass. It does seem like that there's a likelihood that even once shelter at home ends, that it may be a fair amount of time before people are really returning to normal as we know it. So we do think that there is potentially an acceleration to the structural change that we've seen in consumer entertainment, consumption patterns that we've already been seeing in gaming. And that trend could persist for the long term, which would obviously benefit social yet socially distant categories.
Somebody asked the fucking
We've already seen this
question.
with the younger generation of consumers where gaming is more an integrated
I
part
like the
of
last
their
guy's
social
question.
and
The
entertainment
first
fabric.
question was a great
And trends
question.
like these will make that
Because it was
activity
kind of
easily
like
more,
leaning into
mainstream.
the other edge.
We're obviously trying to lean into this and welcome as many players into our ecosystem as possible, and bring more gamers into our communities and give them a compelling experience that hopefully turns them into long-term fans. We don't really have any great data points right now on what happens to consumption when people return from shelter at home, but we have seen in Asia that the strong momentum continues even as they've started to transition back. So we hope that's a sign of the similar opportunity we may have in other parts of the world as they start to
Doesn't
return
work
to
like that,
normal as well.
unfortunately.
So generally speaking, we think there's a pretty big opportunity here to see and then acceleration in the long-term structural shifts that we've already seen from the existing heightened engagement. But as usual, we're always trying to be prudent in how we model that because we know there are still so many unknowns at this time.
Great. Thank you very much.
Operator, can we have the next question, please?
Our next question comes from Ryan.
Oh
E.
my gosh,
from
so
Bank of
loud.
America. Please go ahead with your question.
Bank of America, come on.
Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for the question. Fantastic quarter, you guys. I was hoping you could provide a little more color on the subscriber trends for WoW during the period, and specifically how you see the opportunity to sustain this larger base post-Classic as you move towards the Shadowlands expansion. Thanks.
Nobody cares.
Hi,
Listen,
this is,
you see
Jay.
this? You
Thank
see this
you
right
for the
here?
question.
Farm Heroes. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Nobody cares about this. Bubble Wish, Candy Crush. If you're 7, honestly, everyone in my family plays it who's older, so I guess not. StarCraft. I don't know what that is. Diablo. Who cares? Overwatch. Who cares? Who cares about this? Who cares about World of Warcraft? This is all that matters in life. Call of Duty.
And that's as true today as the day we launched. Over time, we listened to feedback from the community, and the game has evolved to what we now call the modern game, which has really expanded the breadth and the depth of gameplay, as well as making it easier to kind of find friends, group up, make progress, or play alone, all within the social environment. At the same time, we've seen a lot of good work and good returning experience for players returning to the
Oh, they're gonna do this in a podcast format.
So today we think about World of Warcraft as a single
Or in any other way except for
under one
phones.
subscription
Like,
where players can enjoy.
you hear how
Classic
bad this audio
and
is?
Modern WoW, and we release a steady stream of content. A variety of different experiences has always been a strength of the game, and it's been good to see players that resonate with players as they see a lot of what they're looking for in World of Warcraft. We've seen particularly strong engagement with Classic in the East, and the momentum has continued in those regions even as they have started to come back.
Oh, you doing, Frankie Beans, huh?
Western subscribers grow in March, driven by players returning to Modern WoW primarily. And this has contributed to strong pre-sales for Shadowlands. The momentum we saw in March across both modes continues, with the active community growing faster than it ever has, and that's outside of an expansion launch period. On the development side, our teams have done a really good job in shifting to work from home. We're able to welcome select players into the closed alpha for Shadowlands last month, and thanks to the hard work of the team, Shadowlands is on track to launch in Q4 this year. And lastly, before I hand off the call, I'll hand off to the next question. I really want to thank all the employees during this difficult time. It's been really amazing.
Come on, shut up already. No offense to him.
Thanks, Ryan. Operator, can we have the next question, please?
Our next question comes from Doug Kreutz from Cowen. Please go ahead with your question.
Come on, Doug.
Hey, thank you. You talked a bit about the pressure on the ad side at King as the economy slows down. I was wondering if you could go into a little more detail there. What are you seeing in terms of your CPMs? And then along with that, is there any offset on your user acquisition side? Because presumably you're acquiring users through a lot of the same channels, that similar channels to your advertising. Thanks.
Hey, Doug, this is Umam. Thanks so much for the question. So we exited 2019, as you heard, with strong momentum in the ads business, and that's continued in Q1, where we saw in the quarter that we delivered over 75% year-on-year growth. And as you mentioned in the question, we saw deceleration towards the end of March within the broader advertising ecosystem. But the business did grow 20% year-on-year in April, or over 20% in April. So let me answer your question by talking about a little bit of what we're doing going forward. I think about the things that we're already doing and what must continue, and that's about rolling out more ads to more players, broadening our advertiser base, and working with more partners as we continue to build our tech infrastructure. But
no,
now
you guys can't call in. It doesn't work like
areas, that we see as kind of in the short and medium term will provide opportunities. So we're going to the brand advertisers and doubling down on the relationships in those sectors that aren't experiencing slowdowns, and they are experiencing actually sustained demand for their products. So the team is quite active there. We're also starting to leverage quite a bit of advertiser interest in very differentiated products like the sponsorship product that we have, which was new to our ecosystem, and seeing some really nice advertiser interest. And
this
that
is
really
basically the people that have some stake in the
value
company, Hank.
proposition of the King network in this environment.
Or
and then
yeah,
we are rolling out new technology in our games, and that's become the focus. That allows us to really optimize our demand and get.
This isn't really a public thing; it's just released
or
aired publicly.
And
this way, the public can know about the information
in this quarter and continue for the year. So if you add that, plus you look at our network, which is truly global and international, what we're doing is we're looking at it as a pretty diversified set of opportunities. So when
is this guy Scottish or Filipino? I can't tell.
Recovery before others, we focus our efforts there as the opportunity.
Sounds like both, right?
Geographically in some places at a certain point in time. So with all of that,
well, we already got one little thing, Hank. We got confirmation that it's still on track. We may get more information depending on the questions. That's why we're hanging around.
Acquisition cost. That's the flip side of it. So what we're seeing is while.
Oh my God! $1 billion company has to do this over the fucking phone like this. Listen to this guy's phone microphone.
To bring new players more efficiently than ever for our network. And you couple that with a very different approach, it's good for us for the medium and long term. So when we do that, of course, that reinforces kind of both the in-app side of the house, the game business, and the advertising number as we continue to invest in the network. So yeah, again, kind of to echo a lot of what my colleagues have said, and before I hand it back to the operator, I just want to, thank the King team and the employees across King who have really not missed a beat as we have experienced something quite remarkable in going to work from home pretty quickly. And so a big thanks from me for the team and the incredible work that they're doing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Operator, can we have the next question, please?
Operator. Oh, did you hear
our
his
next question
accent?
comes from Kunal Malt from Atlantic Equities. Please go ahead with your question.
Please ask something about Call of Duty.
Hi, thanks for taking the question. There's clearly very strong momentum in the business right now, but given the broader economic pressures from COVID-19, how are you thinking about the potential risks to consumer spending trends over the next few quarters?
Dennis, thanks for the question. Obviously, we're in kind of uncharted waters, and there's not really any precedent for what's going on right now in the economy, which definitely makes us
Luckily, won't get
cautious
that. Get
and
what?
careful, maybe more so than normal. Relatively speaking, however, we do feel pretty good
We
about
just
the
gotta
value
hope we get good
proposition of our
questions. That's
content,
really it.
even in tough times. There's not
We
great.
didn't get as much information as they
past
usually give us.
precedents, obviously,
They usually give
for
us
where we
more
are,
information about
but you can look at
the
least
Call of
back to
Duty,
the past two
including
market
developers. They
dislocations
still have not
in
confirmed
2001
developers,
to
which they
2008,
usually
those
do.
directional
They still haven't done
indications
that,
of how
which is
gaming,
crazy to
has
me. I
performed
doubt
in
they'll do that
challenging
now.
economic times. And
But
what we've
maybe
seen
we'll
is that
get something
consumer
depending on the
recreational
questions.
spending in the
At
US,
least
for
we know
example,
that
is
it's still on
fairly,
track to release this year,
resilient
which
during
is
those
good,
downturns.
very good news.
And if you hone in a little more specifically
they
on
said it's looking
entertainment,
great. Not that
the
they
global
can-
gaming industry,
Not
gaming
that they
industry fared extremely well.
Not that
and
they
actually grew low to
necessarily
mid-single
would say it's
digits in those time
bad,
periods,
but I like that he
whereas
added that
broader
in without
consumer
necessarily being
recreational
asked, how does it
spending
look?
declined low single digits. And that we think that's driven by the low cost per hour of gaming, which makes it a great value versus other forms of entertainment. And so, you know, if you compare that to the situation we're in now, where other forms of location-based entertainment, like going to movies, concerts, sporting events, whatever those
Rip,
may
I
be,
fell behind the monitor.
and they may not be available for some time for consumers for some period of time, this may also drive some share shift to gaming from those other categories. And thankfully, in contrast to other forms of media, we're very fortunate that the digital nature of our business enables us to not distribute content remotely, but to produce it remotely. So obviously an advantage for us to keep our content fresh.
Ask a good question, dude.
Another
Come
point is in
on.
those past recessions in 2001 and 2008, gaming's come a long way since then. Obviously, it's much more social and more connected and more mainstream. And our business is much more diversified too, across platforms, geographies, types of games, which is helpful when times get challenging. On the flip side, there obviously are more free ways for players to play games than there have been. So there could be more engagement with slightly weaker monetization. But in the long term, we kind of view that as an opportunity as well, because that usually normalizes itself. So I'd say there's puts and takes across the spectrum, but which is why, you know, with all this uncertainty in the economy, we've tried to reflect these risks as we think about forecasting the business. But the strong momentum we're seeing gives us obviously confidence in raising our outlook even with this challenging backdrop.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fidel. Operator, can we have the next question, please?
Please.
Our next question comes from Eric Handler from MKM Partners. Please go
Come
ahead
on,
with your question.
Eric. Thank you very much for the question, and glad everyone is healthy. Follow up on Call of Duty. I wondered if you could talk a little bit how the funnel of players has widened for Call of Duty with the release now of mobile and Warzone, and you know, along those lines, how much overlap is there for players between the three games, and what does that mean for overall spending? Basically, what I'm trying to get at is the spending per player additive when they play multiple games?
Hey, Eric, it's Rob. Thanks. I'll take the question. I think it's important to probably first just step back and think about what our goal's been through all this. And the goal's been pretty simple. And what we wanted to do is provide players around the world a real fun, high quality, and I think importantly, an authentic Call of Duty experience, regardless of, you know, what platform you play on, where you happen to live, or what business model really motivates you to play. And that's exactly what we've delivered across mobile, across console, and across PC.
ATHR.
And if you look at some of the metrics over the last
it's
6
not.
months,
It doesn't work like that. No.
In Q4 and both in Q1, we've crossed
You don't
over
call in. They're
100
basically
million
all on a
MAUs
call already.
and dramatically increasing our player base. And a lot of that's been driven by mobile and Warzone, of course, as is
This boring shit I know, Caleb.
Modern Warfare driving that.
Hey, at least we got some
But
awesome
through
information that the
mobile
game's
and
not pushed back
Warzone,
yet.
we're definitely reaching new audiences and new geographies in ways that we just haven't before. And as I look at Call of Duty right now, it's more global today than at any point in its time in its history in terms of audience profile, and that's pretty exciting for us to see.
ATHR, that's the point of
So,
this. Yes,
a
this is
little bit
an
on your
investor's
question on
call, but from this in
engagement,
years
for
past,
us,
we've
when it
gotten
comes to
information
engagement,
about the
what we've
game,
seen
such as the
really
developers,
time and time again
such as hints towards
is
the
that
game, like, for
engagement
example, World
just
War
tends to
II.
drive
They
engagement.
hinted that it was going to be boots
And
on the
so
ground.
for
It was
us,
going back to
exposure
its
on
roots.
what
You know what I'm saying?
platform is
In the
driving
past, they've
engagement
done that with
across
Modern
other
Warfare, where they
platforms
talked
and
about
other
it
experiences.
kind of
So
staying
we actually like to
at
see
that level, right, of
crossover
boots on
a
the
lot.
ground.
And in terms of the investment part of your
And
question,
throughout the
that
years, they've been
also
giving
is
us hints
looking
in these
additive to
investors'
us
calls. They've also told us
across
the
the
developers, like I said,
ecosystem as well.
aside from some
In
hints
the
about the
previous
game.
question, I talked about Warzone, how we're
and
seeing that as being accretive to the franchise.
they told us how the game was coming
overall.
along. Now, with the
And
ongoing
with respect to
situation,
COD Mobile,
I'm
then
now happy to
specifically,
hear
when
that
you
they
take a
said that
look
the
at
game is
it,
looking good, but more
we're seeing
importantly,
really great
that
momentum
it's
there.
still
It was
on
referenced earlier that Season
schedule.
5
It's still following schedule to release this year, in 2020, which is good. That's what I was looking for. That's the main thing. That's still coming this year. Because at the end of the day, all that stuff is great, right? Like having all that information. But the most important thing
as a platform
is that you absolutely need to know that it's coming this year. Because it's coming this year. Sorry, ATHR.
And to me, that's a pretty clear indication that
but yeah, I saw what you put in. That's how we're watching this right now. ATHR, what you put in chat right now is how you can actually watch this, but that's not the same thing.
Incredibly well. And in terms of mobile, in terms of our strategy, it remains a critical part of our
like I said, I'm just really happy that
going
we know the
forward,
game's coming this
and
year,
key
because although all that
investment
other
area for us.
stuff is great,
And just speaking
the
of
official
ecosystem,
reveal
I'd
soon,
probably just close
and we'll get
by,
it anyways.
obviously
And as long as we know
very
it's coming this
exciting time for
year,
everyone
we
on the
can
franchise
relax a
right
little bit.
now. And our teams
Or schedule to.
hyper-focused and passionately focused, most importantly, on delivering great new content and seasons and games to our growing community around the world that we're seeing right now. And I guess I would just close by saying we couldn't be more thankful for the incredible and growing community that we're seeing out there around the world, for their trust and support, and we look forward to everything that's to come in the future. So thanks for the question.
Thanks, Eric. Can we have the next question, please?
Our next question comes from Alexia Quadrani from JP Morgan. Please go ahead with your question.
Hi, this is David Karnowski on for Alexia. Thanks so much for taking the question. Can you just expand a little bit on what impact you're seeing to your pipeline, both near and long term, from having developers work at home? Thanks.
Sure, and this is Daniel, and thanks for the question. Look, the vast majority of our developers, they moved to remote work by mid-March, as I mentioned in my opening remarks. And really, just credit to all those involved. It was such a huge undertaking. Multifunctional teams across facilities, IT, HR, security, operations, and other groups really rallied together to make it all happen.
Yeah, ATHR.
We're really fortunate to
it's still a
be
little bit different if you're an
truly
investor, but for the most part,
business
that is
where the
another way
majority
you could
of our
dial in.
content creation really can be performed across any location. So the vast majority
I
of our
believe asking
developers,
questions, you
they
must
took
be.
their computers home.
I think there's some kind of
plugged into
special
computer
access thing. I believe.
And just kept creating. So in some cases, we've had to move high-end computing and graphic rigs to our developers' homes as well, but we were able to do that relatively quickly. So our development teams, working on everything from design to art to engineering to production, really had most of what they needed to keep working. That being said, it's not easy, and there are aspects of building our games that are more challenging via remote work, like collaborative design, in-person user research, motion capture, voiceover, and QA. So we've really had to find some creative solutions to work through these. Like for record voiceovers, we did that remotely. We've also enabled new secure access systems for some of the functions where large groups are engaging. But so far in
ATHR, that's what an investor call is. It's to give updates on kind of like the status of
we're managing through this
the company
as best as
to
we
tell
can.
people how they've been doing, what they have up next, what their current plans are, what caused the downfall, what caused the uphill trend, and what they're expecting in the future, and reasons why.
Still on track
so
to
that's
deliver
why,
our key content
or that's how we get new information through this.
And
yes.
My primary
essentially
focus
yes,
is to ensure
but it's not necessarily. I wouldn't view it as a cash grab. No,
on these top priorities.
If that's what you're implying, that's not how it works. Though.
I think that
every company does this.
An extraordinary job right now on continuing to stay focused, work hard, deliver great content, but it is a challenging process. We still have a lot of uncertainty for the future, and I think that it's hard to know a year from now or 2 years from now what the impacts of all of this will be on our development processes, on the way we go to market, on the economics of selling games. So, there's more to come as we have more clarity over the next few months, but we remain focused on execution of our strategy, and I think that our teams are doing a truly extraordinary job of accomplishing that.
Operator, can we have the next question, please?
Our next question comes
from
Alex Yamo from Jefferies.
I literally could care less about MW2 Remastered multiplayer. I literally don't care.
Thanks for
Nobody
taking the
fucking cares
question.
about it.
Was hoping to get a bit more color on the Hearthstone franchise.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe if some of the recent updates you've rolled out.
Okay,
have
well,
been
Hearthstone, I don't
received,
care
and if
about
you're
that,
seeing
but
any notable
yeah, about
change
Modern Warfare
within,
2 multiplayer remastered.
Thank you, guys.
I don't understand the fuss about it.
Thank you
Who
for the question,
cares?
Jay. I want to take those.
Stop playing the game if you want a remastered game. Go back and play the other games. If you really want to remaster that bad, like I don't get it, dude. Why are people making such a big fuss about it?
You know, we think
I literally rather the current Call of Duty be amazing than them focus on MW2 Remastered multiplayer. Not necessarily that those things go hand in hand, that one will suffer because of the other, but who the hell cares about a remastered game? Wouldn't you rather have a game that's so great that 10 years down the line you'd want remastered again?
And so, you know, I'm really proud of the Hearthstone
I don't get people. I don't get it.
What they've accomplished, especially recently. You know, under the leadership.
It's not even about that, dude. I don't even want BO2 remastered. I don't care. I don't want that. I want a good current game. That is all I ask for. I don't care if you believe BO2 is the best game, BO1 is the best game. That's great. But at the end of the day, screw it. If we have to remaster that game in order to bring attention back to the series, then that's the issue. If you need remasters in order to bring people back or to make people want to play, then that's an issue. Eventually, it's going to run out. Everything's going to be remastered, and if your ideas suck, then, you know, we're screwed. I'm not saying they do, but you know what I'm saying? People are focusing too much on the remasters, and they're not focusing on the present being good. Having high-quality, present-day content.
The biggest fundamental changes that the game has seen today. The sentiment around the new features and the new content is very positive. And as a result of the steady updates in the game, you know, we saw increased engagement in Q1 versus Q4, with further upticks in April. The Hearthstone team is looking to build on that momentum with a really good pipeline of content still later to come this year. And then, you know, one of the things we learned is that Battlegrounds has proven that new modes can drive meaningful engagement. And so the team is thinking about that as part of their future planning going forward.
Thank you. Thanks. Operator, we have time for one last question.
Please.
Our final question today comes from Brian Nowak
Please.
from Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead with your question.
Please, Brian.
Thanks for taking my question. Hey guys, good to hear your voices.
Great
I just had
microphone.
one on King. You know, the user number was
What's up,
really
Jack?
strong. I think you added over 20 million, like 24 million users quarter over quarter. Maybe talk to us how you think about some of the key strategies you have to sort of develop and roll out to really retain those new players, and then how do you think about converting those new players into payers over time?
Well, we got absolutely barely anything new in that call, which is so annoying. All right. This is what we got new today, guys. You ready? This is all we got new. Not necessarily that we were supposed to get an immense amount new, but I expected them to at least confirm developers today. I am happy to say that Call of Duty 2020 is officially on track still to be releasing in 2020. Now, stuff could change at any point in time, but from what they've said, they've made me feel confident in the fact that they've been developing from home since March, and that they said the transition was pretty smooth and everything is working out accordingly. Meaning, again, that all ties back to the Call of Duty still releasing at the end of the year in 2020. COD 2020, which the name has not been confirmed, which we haven't expected yet, but COD 2020 is still releasing in 2020. No delays at this point. At this point so far, pushing it back to the year 2021. If any of that changes, when we get more information, I will keep you guys updated on the latest Call of Duty Black Ops 5/Vietnam information, of course, with the absolute best videos on YouTube, whether it's custom zombies, BO5, news, leaks, information, breakdowns, anything you'll ever need. Tutorials, the absolute best guys on YouTube guaranteed for BO5 zombies. I'll be here, ready to do that, but as for today, guys, we got pretty much nothing.
That approach, both on content and on offer management. And we started broadening our reach of the player investment initiative.
All right, guys, very
so
quickly,
we started building
before we
on
end this
top
off,
of that momentum.
I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you.
And we started expanding.
Thank you to each and every single one of you that watched. And if you're not already following, follow over on Twitch at twitch.tv/joemat123. The link is down below in the description. I stream on Twitch every single day, and it's always Call of Duty Zombies, almost always Call of Duty Zombies. In the night half, we do 2 streams a day, or at least soon that's going to be starting. Early day Modern Warfare, late night Zombies. Swerve, very quickly before I end it off, we learned only that Call of Duty 2020 is going to be releasing officially still to this point in 2020. It has not been postponed to 2021. It's still coming out in 2020. That is the only piece of information that we have learned today, and that is it. Which is good. It seems that everything is staying on track. It seems that development is still going pretty smoothly, considering they transition over to home, and we shouldn't have any issues on that end. At this point in time, Call of Duty 2020 will remain Call of Duty 2020. Do you know who I am? I do not. Is that Hyro Pyro from Twitch? If not, then I'm sorry. But Caleb, right back at you. I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Have an awesome day, my friends. I'll see you in the Twitch stream later on tonight.